Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Millie and I post at least 3 times a week on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday. Always cruelty-free drugstore affordable makeup reviews with the odd indie eyeshadow palette sprinkled in for good measure, but we are staying firmly at the drugstore today. I have got the new MCO setting spray, the all DAYER setting spray, and I'm going to be doing a full day wear test just with one side of my face. So I'm going to do my full face of makeup with you today. I'm going to be using the same products everywhere, but I'm just going to use the setting spray on one side so that we can see if these claims actually stack up, because it has some claims. It says no melting, no smudging, no sliding, and it is 32 degrees outside. It's warmer in here. I'm already melting, so I'm interested to see if this will actually make a difference to the longevity of my makeup. So like I said, we're gonna just get on into it. That is the test that we are going to do today. I would love to hear if you've tried this one, what you think of it, what you think of the controversy, I suppose would be the word. My take is good on Scandinavia, because I feel like Urban Decay were just so rude, so nasty. They were like, we don't need you, we can do it better. And now MCO are bringing out the exact same setting spray. That is my thoughts. I would love to hear whatever your thoughts are down below. We can be respectful, okay? We don't have to fall out over makeup, but I would love to hear what your thoughts are. So let's just get on into it. And I'm going to be using a lot of MCO products just for continuity's sake. So I have the Miracle Flawless Skin Foundation. It's been a while since I've used this actually, so I can't really remember what I think of it. I remember that the shade that I got was more of a summer shade for me, which was light nude. So I'm going to take a few pumps of this and just blend it out with a sponge. And when I was thinking about putting this wear test video together, I was like, oh, I will use like long wearing makeup. I'll use one of my favorite foundations at the minute. And somebody had actually commented on my video where I've already done a first impression for this, but not a full day wear test. Someone commented something like, you should try it with a foundation that, or like base products that do slip and do slide. And I do believe I have to always use a setting powder with this foundation. So that little bit of inspiration came from my comment section. I can't claim that that was my own thought. And also I do feel like today is a very, very good day to test it, just because it is going to be so exceptionally hot. I'm not at work today, so I can sort of do check-ins throughout the day if I feel like I need to, but it is just, I was going to say a lazy day at home. I mean, I've got to clean my whole house, but because it is so hot, I'm hoping that we will see a definitive answer either way. Either it won't have made a difference at all, or it has made a very, very big difference. And like I said, I've never actually tried the all-nighter. That was never a setting spray that I tried in its original formulation. I still have I've never tried anything from Urban Decay, but I'm excited to see if this one is going to make any sort of difference. I do very, very much enjoy a setting spray, so I've got everything crossed. I do have somewhere on my table, I have the MCO concealer, the Brighten and Perfect. I very, very much enjoyed this concealer, so let's just put this around my eyes. If you can hear my fan, that just goes to show how hot it is. I really don't like filming with a fan, so I'm like, the audio will be very, very annoying, but there was simply no way I was filming today without a fan on. Goodness me. If you're in the UK, go and get yourself a glass of water. You're dehydrated, I can tell. If you're not in the UK, go and get yourself a glass of water. You're dehydrated, I can tell. Then for bronzer, I'm going to go in with the MCO Silky Smooth bronzer. Again, I very, very much enjoy this bronzer. It is a lovely colour. It is lovely and sort of buttery on the skin. It very much reminds me of the Physicians Formula. I don't know if that's what it's meant to be a dupe for. I'm not a gal that's in the know, but I do very, very much enjoy the colour and the finish of this one. like I say, the colour, I just feel like the colour is perfect for me and I love the finish. I feel like I am looking so sweaty. That's not because of the products, it's because I'm a puddle of a human. So I couldn't remember if I had an MCO powder blush, but I couldn't find one, so I've just picked this one from Milani, which is the Coral Cove Rose Powder Blush, and I wanted something that was this sort of colour because I am going to be going off to do my eyes. I have another video that I want to film for my eye products, but I wanted a nice peachy blush, and I also wanted something that was matte so that we can see if I get shiny throughout the day. So I'm not going to be using a highlight or anything today, so that we can see how all of this is actually wearing over the full day. So let's just tap a little bit of blush. I'm extra cautious of applying the same amount on both sides, even though of course I am. Like, I'm not using different products, I am using exactly the same products on both sides. I'm trying to apply the same amount so that this is as scientific as possible. It's for science. So that is the blush. There is a little bit of a glow from the blush, but nothing crazy. And I'm going to use a little bit of the powder, which is the MCO Miracle Flawless Pressed Powder, and I have this in the shade Light. So I'm going to pick up some of that. I'm going to take the cat hair out of the brush and lightly set all of this down. So I have also just added a little bit of a lip liner. So this is the MCO Perfect Pout Lip Liner in Cheeky Chat. And then I added a bit of the Catrice Glossy Nectar Lip Oil. So that is everything done for the base. I will zoom you in, I will turn off my fan momentarily, and we can do the setting spray once you're all up in my pores. Okay, so this is how everything is looking real close up. It is looking quite matte. It is looking obviously very powdered. I did use quite a bit of that powder, and I've only used powder products on the cheeks and stuff, so I do feel like it is looking more matte than I would usually like. It is looking more powdered than what I would usually like, but we will see how the setting spray rehydrates the powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fan and I'm going to hold it over half of my face. I will spray the other half, we'll let it dry down, and then we'll see if there's a difference instantly. And then I'll come back at the end of the day and see if the setting spray side looks noticeably different to the no setting spray side. So let me roughly cover up half of my face and spray liberally. So that was a good few sprays. You can see the difference. Let me just let that dry. I will fan it just to speed the process up a little bit. Okay, so first impressions. What do we think? I do feel like across my forehead I can see where this side is ever so slightly shinier. Like, you can see that line like reflecting this light off my forehead, and it's more matte on this side. I do feel like I can see a very, very subtle difference between the two. I will say this side of my face feels noticeably colder. That is one of the call outs of this setting spray. It's meant to cool the surface of your skin. How that helps the longevity, I don't know. I really haven't read into it a lot, but this side is definitely feeling colder even now that like it's completely dried down. It's been a couple of minutes. It is completely dry, but it does feel noticeably colder, which is a very, very pleasant feeling. Yeah, I can see a very, very subtle difference. So this is the side with no spray, and this is the side with a healthy amount of the All DAYER setting spray. I do feel like it looks more luminous and like it's almost sunk into the skin a little bit more. It's looking a little bit more natural. more natural for somebody who's wearing like 17 base products right now, but you know what I mean. I think it's looking lovely. So the time is currently 9:07 in the morning, so we will see how this is looking. I may well do check-ins throughout the day, but I'm going to go off and do my eye makeup because I'm doing, like I say, I'm doing another video for my eye makeup, but I will check in with you throughout the day so that we can see how this is wearing. But I need to go and put my fan on now because I'm already melting, but this is how it's looking at like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I will see you throughout the day for check-ins on if we're noticing anything either way. Okay, so first check-in, and I have some eye makeup on. It hasn't taken me this whole time to film that, but it has taken me some of that time to film just getting my eyeshadow on. Leave me alone, okay? I'm being creative. So the time is currently 2:46 in the afternoon. Genuinely, I wanted to be done filming by lunchtime, and here we are at 2:46. So let's assess, shall we? Let's look real close up. So I think I'm noticing that the side with the setting spray, I think, is still looking glowier, but in a nice way. Like the powders are just like they've sunk in. Everything's looking really nice on this side. I do still feel like this side is looking more matte. I feel like the blush has faded. Are you noticing less blush on this side? I feel like I'm noticing significantly less blush now on this side, which isn't a problem that I generally have with that Milani blush, so I don't know, but I feel like there's less sort of colour on this side. Blush and also bronzer a little bit. Are you noticing that? Let me zoom you in so that you can see. So this was the side with the setting spray, and this was the side without. I feel like I'm noticing less blush. Is that a thing? Maybe it is. I don't know. And like when I'm looking really close up, I feel like the wrinkles under my eyes on this side, I feel like I can see them more on this side. Perhaps that is just a placebo because I know that I have that setting spray on this side, but I do feel like sort of here, the wrinkles in my expressive face, I do feel like I can see it sort of settling more. I feel like it's not separating because I really have done nothing. I've literally been sat in this room all day, but yeah, I feel like I can see it looking a little bit oily on the side of my nose there, where I don't notice it on this side. So that is my check-in at like 2:45. So what, it's been like 6 hours, nearly 6 hours. I will do one more check-in at the end of the day, but I did want to do one in the middle of the day whilst I'm at home all day. But that is how everything is looking so far. Okie dokie, so the time is currently 9:29 in the evening, so we have got over 12 hours of wear out of this foundation. I really feel like I can tell the difference. I really feel like I can first off see the difference in the amount of blush. Like, you can't deny, you absolutely cannot deny that there is more blush colour still on this side of my face. That is undeniable. That is so obvious. That's the first thing that I saw when I looked in my mirror, like further away. I was like, my face almost looks like a different shape on this side because of the lack of blush that's there now. And yes, I have washed my hands. I've still got swatches all over me from that second video that I was filming. You will see that in a few days, I'm sure. But that's my like first impression very, very far away. And I will zoom you in a second so that you can see it really close up. But looking close up in my mirror now, I'm noticing such a significant amount of creasing. And just for reference, actually, let me look up, because like I say, it's 9:30 in the evening now. It is currently 25 degrees still, so it's still so exceptionally hot. Is it really humid as well? How do I look that up? Indoor humidity of 64%. Like, yes, it is very humid. It still feels sticky and sweaty. Like, it still feels very, very hot inside. I still have my fan on. Yeah, I just feel like the wear and tear on my face is very evident on this side. And like, this side still looks like I've had it on, you know, I've had this makeup on for the same amount of time, but I feel like there's more creasing, there's more movement, there's obviously less blush on this side of my face. So let me zoom you in and you can see it real close up after 12 hours of wear. So when I looked really close up, there were two areas that I saw this first, and then the more I was looking, the more areas were like jumping out at me. Firstly, like this little smile line here, which I'm not mad at the smile lines. The smile lines just show me that I have smiled throughout the day, and honestly, my cats have been so cute today just trying to find the coldest area in the house to lay. So I have been laughing and smiling at my cats a lot today. Yeah, I feel like the smile lines out here, there's a lot of them, firstly, and yeah, I'm just noticing like there's just some real big lines that I'm noticing in the movement. And like, there is a little bit out here, there is still, obviously the movement has happened on both sides of the face, but I do still feel like the makeup is looking fresher on this side. And also, I don't know what face I've been making, but there's like lines going down my forehead, which granted I only have the one line, I don't have 11s, I just have one, but it's really like settled into there quite significantly, and like there will have been some spray there as well. So they were the first two areas, but I just feel like it's looking quite shiny like across the side of my nose, where it's not looking that shiny on this side. So almost like the setting spray sort of pushed the powder further in to everything, and like the oils and the sweat and stuff throughout the day hasn't affected this side of my face as much. I do feel like you can see it across my chin as well. If you can see tomato and basil sauce around my mouth. No, you can't. I was doing nothing more for tea than boiling some pasta and microwaving some sauce. that was our tea. So yeah, I'm just like the shine on my chin, and like it has worn off a little bit across my chin, but I'm not noticing it necessarily on this side. So final conclusion, I can definitely see a difference between the both sides. It's subtle, like this side hasn't slipped off my face. I haven't actually done anything today other than just exist in a hot sweaty body, but I can see the difference, and the difference I feel like in that blush, like you can't tell me that you can't see that. There is no blush left on this side of my face, but it's definitely still there on that side. So I think that is worth it just for that, because I can never get enough blush. But like I say, I would absolutely love to hear whatever thoughts you have got on the all DAYER. Do you love it? Do you love that MCO are like collaborating with Scandinavia? Are you fully against it? I want to hear whatever thoughts you've got down below, but like I say, we will be respectful about it. I also wanted to mention, I can't actually remember if I mentioned this in my first little check-in. I can't remember, but the cooling sensation that I definitely felt when I first applied the setting spray, definitely felt it, but I would say that really only lasted about 10 minutes. That did fade, that did sort of dissipate, that cool feeling on my skin. I was hoping that I would get a little bit longer out of it, just with it being so warm today, but definitely did dissipate. And I think that that was all of the selling points. That was all of the comments that I wanted to make on this product. Honestly, it has been such a long day and it has been so hot. I'm ready to take all of my makeup off and get into my bed. But I would love to hear whatever thoughts you've got down below. Let me know. Do you see the difference in the blush or lack of on this side of my face? Because I just feel like it is so obvious, but I want to hear whatever thoughts you've got down below. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.